Time travel is also one of those themes that, by its presence in the story, in the film, in the television series, it actually defines that book, short story, television series, film, as science fiction. And I give it the name, those themes I actually call defining themes. The major defining themes are, if I look at my definition, are when there's technology out of its historical context, which is right in my definition. You know, I know that it doesn't fit in our historical timeline. Advanced technology, for example, futuristic technology automatically makes the work science fiction. If you introduce existing technology in the wrong time frame, which is what I talk about in the definition, then it is also science fiction. Other obvious ones are aliens. We've encountered several of those already in our short stories, in our science fiction stories that we've talked about. If there's extraterrestrials in there, not dwarves, you know, not elves from another realm on this planet, no, from extraterrestrial, then it is automatically science fiction. That's a defining theme. And a third is artificial intelligence. I'm talking now of the progression of robot to android to cyborg, but artificial intelligence, that also automatically makes it a sentient artificial intelligence, a little bit more than Watson. If you get to the HAL level, then you automatically get science fiction. Those are defining themes. But they are only 3 or 4 in that chapter. In that chapter, I also mention a bunch of themes that you will find most commonly in science fiction, but they do not make the work science fiction. They're not, let's call them non-defining themes. So, almost every work of science fiction today, almost every work in the last decade or so, not in the 50s, but in the last decade or so, has sex in it. It's a very common theme in science fiction. But if there's sex in a story, that doesn't make it science fiction. Catch my drift? Every story has good versus evil somewhere in it. Or there wouldn't be conflict, and it wouldn't be an interesting story. There's almost always conflict, and it comes down to good versus evil in almost all of those. Now, if there's good versus evil, which is actually one of the last themes that I mentioned, I probably should have mentioned first, by the way, that doesn't make it science fiction. So that's the first distinction I want to make. In the themes chapter that you have read or are still going to read, look at which ones are defining themes and which are non-defining themes.